You now have several methods that would be useful for many other projects. In today's lesson, you'll create your own superclass for those methods by extending the DIY window class. Hi, I'm Annette Gotland. I'm the author of the Do-It-Yourself Java Games books. I teach Java programming through creating games. Welcome to the video version of my books. We're currently in the Text Games video series TG, the first of 4 types of games series. The focus of this series is to cover the fundamentals of Java programming. No previous programming experience is required. You'll learn how, when, and why Java programs are written the way they are. This series has 16 projects. We're currently working on the 8th project, TG8 Calculator. In this project, we'll create a simple calculator like this. This is lesson TG8.7, where you'll learn how to extend the DIY window class. You now have 3 prompt methods: prompt for double, prompt for int, and prompt for string. All 3 would be useful in many other programs. You've been selecting DIYWindow as the superclass of every class you've created so far. If you could put those prompt methods in the DIYWindow class, then any class with DIYWindow as its superclass could also use those 3 prompt methods. However, you can't edit the DIYWindow file, but you can extend it. This lesson shows you how to add your own methods to an existing class by extending it and then using that class as your own superclass. Exercise 1. Create a MyWindow project, package, and class. First, create a new Java project named MyWindow and add the external jar file DIY to the library's class path of the project. Next, create a new package with a unique name. I named mine Annette.Gotland.MyWindow. Then create a new class named MyWindow with superclass DIYWindow. Note, it doesn't need stubs for main or its constructor. There should currently be no methods inside the class definition for MyWindow. Note, you can't run the MyWindow class because there is no main method. We created this class simply to hold the prompt methods that are currently in the calculator class. Exercise 2. Move the prompt methods to MyWindow. Go back to calculator.java and cut prompt for double, prompt for int, and prompt for string. Hint: the only methods remaining in calculator should be the constructor and the main method. What happened? You'll see many syntax errors. Ignore them for the moment. Then go back to MyWindow.java and paste the cut methods into the class block for the MyWindow class. The calculator class now has a lot of syntax errors saying it needs methods that are not defined for calculator. And the MyWindow class has warnings that its methods are not used locally. We must add the MyWindow project to the class path of the calculator project. So far, you've been adding the external jar file, DIYJava.jar, to the class path of each project as you've created the projects. Watch this demo to see how to add a project to the class path of an existing project. Let's add the MyWindow project to the build path for the calculator project. I'm going to right-click on the calculator project, come down to Build Path, and Configure Build Path. Now, when we worked with Build Path before, we went to the libraries and we clicked Classpath and add external jar file to add the DIY Java jar file to the build path. But this time we want to add a project. Go to the Projects tab, click Classpath, click Add. We want to add the MyWindow project to the calculator project. Click OK. Now it's added. Click Apply and Close. So now it's been added. Exercise 3. Let calculator use MyWindow. First, add the MyWindow project to the class path for the calculator project. Hint: right-click on the calculator project and select Build Path, Configure Build Path, Projects, Class Path, Add, MyWindow. Next, in calculator.java, Change the import statement to import your MyWindow class instead of the DIYWindow class. And change the calculator class to extend MyWindow instead of DIYWindow. There's still syntax errors in Calculator. The new syntax errors say the method prompt for double string from MyWindow is not visible. Calculator knows those methods are in MyWindow, but how do you make them visible to Calculator? Have you ever wondered why some methods are defined as private and others as public? Private means only the class that defined it can see it and use it. Public means any class can see it and use it. Because prompt for double is declared as private and is not in the calculator class, Calculator can't use it. A third visibility option is to make a method protected. Protected means only classes that define it and classes that extend the class that define it can see it and use it. Since Calculator extends MyWindow, Calculator could use the methods in MyWindow if they were protected. Go back to MyWindow.Java and change all three methods to be protected. There should be no more syntax errors in either MyWindow or Calculator. Run Calculator. What happened? It should now run exactly the same as it did before the start of this lesson, but now it's running the code that is in the MyWindow class. Exercise 4. Export your program. Export your Calculator program if you want to run it without Eclipse or share it with someone else. Refer to TG8.7 Export a Program for a demonstration on how to export any of the games in these videos. Key points and more. Method visibility. Every method definition starts by stating its visibility level to other classes. Private means only the original class can see it and use it. Public means any class can see it and use it. Protected means only the original class and classes which extend the original class can see it and use it. Until you have a reason a method should be used by other classes, declare it as private. Key points and more. Superclasses. Any class may be used as a superclass. A class which other classes extend is referred to as the other class's superclass. DIYWindow may be used as a superclass. DIYWindow has two protected methods, print and input. If your class extends DIYWindow, it may use DIYWindow's print and input methods. MyWindow uses DIYWindow as its superclass. MyWindow may also be used as a superclass. MyWindow has three protected methods, prompt for string, prompt for int, and prompt for double. If your class extends MyWindow, it may use prompt for string, prompt for int, and prompt for double from MyWindow, and print and input from DIYWindow. More ways of sharing methods and data with other classes will be discussed in future lessons. Here are the completed listings for all the exercises in this video. This is the end of the last lesson in the Calculator project. The superclass you created in this lesson will be used by all the remaining projects in the Text Games video series. In our next project, Guess My Number, you'll learn to compare numbers, to generate random numbers, and to use some Java shortcuts to easily increment numbers.